Hey everybody. Um, I know I haven't been doing too many video uploads recently, so I thought I'd give a quick video about what's the status going on with me and everything like that. I like to keep my viewers in the know, even though I don't think I have that many, it's not like I'm Necroscope or anything like that, but I thought, while I'm giving my status update, I'll give y'all something to watch. I'm actually playing Colonization, Sid Meier's Colonization, made for DOS back in, I don't know, 90, early 90 something? God, I can't remember. I freaking loved this game growing up and I played it all the time. I never winning is difficult. Anyone who's played this game, it can be difficult, especially if you do what I just did. I picked New World instead of America. But um, for anyone who likes games like Civilization and stuff like that, I highly recommend this game. Don't get the remake, get the original DOS version. They maybe made it, I think, for Civ 3 or 4. It was an add-on pack for Civ 4, and it wasn't truly the game. It was just kind of a skin pack for it. But you can be different countries. You can be England, France, Spain, and the Netherlands. And the point is, you're sailing from the old country to the new world, and you have to go through all that. And eventually, you want to claim independence from whoever the country is that you picked. So if you pick English, you're gonna try to succeed from England. So it's difficult because obviously they don't want to give you up, and it's hard. But they all have their own bonuses. I always played Netherlands because they start with one of the faster ships. Lord Smappy. I'm not gonna read this. This is just say that they like to trade, and their bonuses is yeah, they recover quickly and they have a better ship to start with. So yeah, he wants. So okay, you guys can read this if you like, but I just wanted to give a status update of what's going on. I actually did a mass recording of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon a couple months ago because I had a lot of spare time, and my goal was to finish it very soon and then just do like 2 uploads a week. I think I even mentioned it in some of my videos. Well, I ended up having a problem with my GameCube, and it's working now, but I just lost motivation, honestly, to go and finish it. And I still have a backlog of like 5 or 6 more before I get to that point. But um, after the holidays, I plan to get back into finishing that because I'm actually about 2/3 of the storyline, and I'm going to finish it because I have so many unfinished LPs. Having said that, I know a lot of my viewers want me to finish Horses as well, and I actually had that recorded on my old recorder, which was horrible quality. And since I lost the memory card in the move, my plan is I really want to actually start over on Horses, which much higher quality, so it's actually much prettier. And I want to finish that someday. That's probably going to be sooner rather than later if Icon's still busy. I know I've had some people ask me about what the heck happened with Monster Rancher. Why did I stop EVO and go to 4? Again, that came down to oops, I lost the memory card. And that was again back on the old recorder when I didn't have high definition. So when if and when Icon and I finish Monster Rancher 4, we really want to do Suikoden 3 next. Because I know a lot of my Suikoden viewers are like, what the heck? It's been years and you still haven't done it. Um, I really want to do Suikoden videos because I freaking love the game series, but Icon really wants to do them with me, and he's very busy. I think we mentioned this somewhere. He actually came and visited me for 3 or 4 days, and we did nothing but play Suikoden 3 from start to finish. And we stayed up most nights, woke up early, and we played it in one giant sitting so he could play it with me. Because he wanted to play it first before we LP'd it, so we've actually got that over. Actually, I take that back. He's got 15 minutes left of the game. We didn't finish it in time. We have like literally 5 or 10, like I think between 5 and 15 minutes left of the game. But anyway, having said that, we would probably do that next before going back to EVO. But I want to record EVO in high definition now that I have HD recorders because it just does. I can't do the game justice on standard definition. Let's see, what should I name it? Ooh, no, I'll name it Diet Coke Land. I love Diet Coke. I'm hoping for a Kira Cold under my Christmas tree. Uh, I know. Well, if y'all are wondering it was mostly a gag that I suggested that I wanted a Kira Cold, and a box showed up from my parents, and the side of the box is Keurig Cold. My parents have been known to trick me in the past, so I don't actually know if there's a Keurig Cold in the box, but I'll be so freaking excited if there is. Anyways, back to status. So yes, as soon as I finish with the holidays and get my motivation back, I will definitely finish Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Res or Blue Rescue Team or whatever it was, Red Rescue Team I think. Um, and I hope to pick up horses and do high definition with that. Um, I'm a little sad though. I'm gonna lose some of my my assistants. I might have to get I can't remember who I was recording with. Whoever it was, I'll see if they can come back. I know it wasn't Icon. Uh-oh, I'm not paying attention to the game. I'll discuss what's going on here in the game in just a second. But my only problem that's on all these plans is I actually will most likely be moving next year. Um, I'm sure some of my astute viewers will notice that I talk about Helper a lot, but he's not actually in a lot of my LPs. Um, I'm not sure I've ever mentioned it because I didn't really want to, but I'm not sure I really care anymore. But Helper is actually my husband. He and I have been married 6 years now, and he's actually the reason I started LPing was because we got married and his job took him away for 6 months, a couple weeks after we got married, and I was very lonely because we had just moved from Texas to Virginia, and he left like 2 weeks after we got married, and I was pretty upset. So I started LPing to keep my mind off being, alone and depressed. And I actually had no idea I was gonna get so many viewers, but anyways, and his job unfortunately is having us move again. I think I'm moving there. We're not actually sure. We're 85% sure we can move into California in May. And that's a long drive. um, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna have somewhere to live when I get there, since I work from home and having internet and everything is incredibly important. And where we're moving, there's nowhere really for me to stay in a hotel or anything like that that's reasonable for me to work. So I might actually have to go back to Austin, live with my parents until I have a house to move in. Because Helper can live in a hotel when he gets there, so he can immediately go to work. But unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck. So, I mean, I might even be in Austin for months before I have a home to live in. And in California, it's really confusing and stuff. But yeah, because of all that, if something's going on with my LPs, or who knows what could possibly be going on by that point, I won't have any of my recording equipment with me because I have to take, anything I need to survive off of because I've got, I have my hamster and my dog, I gotta take them with me too, and I only have one car full of stuff, so I'll keep you guys updated. I might be a few months out around that point. I might try to record ahead of time and try to upload. I can put everything on my external and just upload while I'm stuck who knows where, but we got a lot of stuff going on, and Helper's job is getting kind of confusing with the time, which is one reason. Another reason I haven't really had motivation to record is because his schedule's been so wacky. My schedule's actually gotten a lot clearer. I actually have more time, but I guess I've been filling that time with other things, like I've been obsessed with Pokemon Picross. As silly as that sounds, I can't stop playing that game. And actually, we picked up Suikoden 4 again. Suikoden 4 was one of the first games Helper and I ever played together, and we actually had not played it since. So, we've actually picked it up and started playing it this week. It's been kind of fun. Although, my PlayStation 3 died. Not the one that I've been using for Monster Rancher 4, thank goodness, but my other one. So, that was awful. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. What else? Now I'm just gibbering. Oh yes, Icon. I've had several people ask me about Icon. I couldn't even tell you. In fact, he's so busy I couldn't even get him to do the status video with me. So, yes, he got married, and yes, everything is going well. He's very happy, and his wife is doing well. But the running gag is when he bought his house when he was a bachelor, he didn't do anything to the house because all he did was sit in the back and play games anyway, kind of like me, I guess. But now that he's got a wife, you know, they're trying to fix up the house, and there's a lot of things to fix from what I've been hearing. So, um, he's been doing quite a lot of that. In fact, I've barely talked to him. Like, I have to actually schedule time to go talk to him, and um, I've only talked to him like maybe once or twice in the past couple months. So, but he's doing well. And he has told me several times he has no intention of stopping LPs. So it's just I'm hoping maybe around February or March he'll probably have finished building a whole new house by that point. And we can start getting back into Monster Rancher 4. Ah, Spain. I don't like you, Spain. Okay, let me back up. The real Spain I have no problems with, for any of my viewers who live in Spain. Um, I just don't like the Spanish in this game. So, before I start talking about the game I'm playing, let me see if anything else is going on. Not really. I mean, I want to say hi to all my new viewers that have been coming recently. I'm not entirely sure why, but I have definitely had a lot of viewers jump on my channel recently, and I've had, I don't know, about 6 or 7 I know that have really been watching my old Suikoden 1 and 2 LPs. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. I know that was definitely my favorite. Those are my favorite ones to make because I just love Suikoden so much. Let me think. I don't know. I mean, I can't think of anything. What was I gonna say? Okay, well, I guess since I have nothing really else to say about that, like I said, that life gets in the way, unfortunately, especially, you know, when you start LPing, it's so exciting, and a lot of people are like this. It's just like you have, especially when you have no social life, kind of like when I did when I started. I just did so many LPs, and back then, recording was easier because I didn't have to worry about so many different things. Like, doing HD is much more difficult. Not saying I don't want to do it, but, you know, and then having high quality, you know, back then, the way Icon and I did it is we recorded everything at once and you could hear all the problems we had with Skype and it was just a big mess and I really want to have better videos so it just takes a lot longer now because I have to do the editing and the Iroquois, I like the Iroquois. And it just takes a lot longer to make a video than it did back then, but I still enjoy doing it. It's just, you know, before I could sit down, record a 10-minute video and probably like instantly upload it and it was not a problem, but now it's like you got to sit down, you got to edit it, make sure everything sounds good and this and that, and especially since my hyperacusis is getting worse and worse. Like, everything sounds fine to me, but I get more and more complaints that it's too quiet, but oh well. I'm getting better at it. I'm writing down all the numbers. Oh crud, I built too close to an Indian town. I'm writing down all the numbers, so hopefully I won't keep having problems with everything being bad. So yeah, so the game I'm playing, Colonization. I think I've joked in the past that when I was growing up, um, we didn't have a lot of money to buy video games. I didn't actually have that many video games. Most of the games I acquired, especially for the PC, were actually from my grandpa. Because back then, if anyone lived back in the 90s and had a PC, you didn't have big name PCs. I mean, IBM was around, but they weren't big and huge into the personal computers yet. They were still did mostly mainframes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then just picture a giant computer that takes up the whole room. Um, but you know, if you wanted a computer, you go to mom and pop shops that built them, and when since there were so many of them back then, they would give you like CDs and stuff. They're like, oh, if you buy from us, we'll give you a whole bunch of applications and CDs, and so actually that's how I acquired a lot of my games. And my dad actually worked for IBM when I was a kid, and so you know, you could copy floppy disks quite easily. And he'd come home and like a lot of his coworkers, they'd copy games on the floppies at work, and you know, he'd come home with a bunch of games. So I actually didn't have like a lot of the Sierra games I played growing up. I didn't actually own legitimately. Oh no, stay clear of those. Like Heroes Quest and some of our early King's Quests. Like I think the first actual copy of King's Quest we owned was King's Quest 6, but Colonization was actually one of those that we got for free, and because we didn't have that many games, we get obsessive about them, and this is definitely one of the games we obsessed over. You can get it on Good Old Games now. I highly recommend it if you like these types of games. You can generally get it on sale for a couple bucks. Um, and it's the stable version because there were actually three versions made that I know of, and the first two had problems, especially with the sound. This one actually has working sound, which is nice, and it's got the pretty soundtrack. Some of the other ones just sounded like bad computer noise, even if you had like the ad-lib speakers and everything selected. By the way, I'm not playing seriously either. I'm just kind of showing off the game a little. Um, so yeah, the stuff that's been going on, you'll notice that the English is sailing around. So the other countries will fight you, and you have to be careful about that because you really don't want to pick a fight, excuse me, with another country because you're gonna have to pick a fight with your own country. Um, and I know I commented earlier I don't like Spain in this game, and the reason is they all have very strict AIs. They almost never deviate from their AI, and that's a plus and a minus because I know some people like it when the AIs follow a general idea, but they'll still change up. Although I don't know why Gandhi's so aggressive in Civilization, but that's another story. In this version, Spain is really, really big into picking on the natives. They will plunder and kill all natives. And if you don't plunder and kill natives too, they get really angry with you, and they get really, really angry, and they always fight you because they're like, how dare you like the Iroquois? And yeah, see, they're already burning villages, and Arawak village got burned. And that really upsets me for some reason. I know it's just a game, but that just upsets me for some reason. I know, I'm weird. The English, they are very, very religious, and they will convert instead of killing every native, they convert every native. And for some reason, that also bothers me because it's like, why are we even bothering the natives? They were here first, but I'm not getting into that. That's getting into politics, but I don't like that. And so actually, if I fight anybody, it's usually the English because I'm like, stop converting everybody. You can tell when the people they start getting converted because there's little like Christian crosses on everything. Oh yeah, and this guy, this is the reason you want to become independent. So the king of whoever you are. So here's the king of the Netherlands. He wants to, yeah, he always has an excuse. Like he wants to war on the pirates, so he has to raise the taxes. So you can kiss his pinky ring and accept the tax rate on the food, or you can say, I want to have a blank party, and you throw all of the city will throw whatever the item is into the city to rebel against the tax. The problem with that is the country, your home country, will no longer accept that. So if I were to throw the food in there to be like, no, how dare you take a 2% tax rate, I won't be able to sell food back in England to make money. And that's the main source of money for a while in this game. You can sell to natives and stuff in other countries, but your main source of money is to sell back at home. And you don't want to throw stuff in the ocean unless you want to. And this is kind of a play on the Boston Tea Party. So 2% is fine. If you keep doing it, I mean, you can get it to like 40 and 50% tax rate. It's freaking ridiculous. So that is the reason that you eventually want to have a revolution, is because the tax rate's too ridiculous. But the Netherlands AI, I actually don't really know how it works because I'm always in the Netherlands. I believe they resort to piracy quite often. You already, I think back in the earlier part of the video, you probably saw a pirate ship. It had a black X on it. You don't know which country it belongs to. It belongs to a country. We just don't know which one. And they will fight your ship and just take your cargo. Is pretty much the way it works. Yeah, and if I remember right, the Dutch was pretty big into piracy. And the other one's French. And I know the French has really been to expansion. Generally, they usually only cause me problems when they're trying to take my land. That's all I really remember about the French. But yeah, you'll see that there's things around here on the map. The tree means you'll get extra lumber. That leaf right there means extra tobacco. Yeah, you can make cigars. Those gray dots are extra ore. The deer's extra furs. You'll notice on the bottom left there was a little face icon. That means that there's a rumor about an Indian settlement of some kind. Earlier, it said, oh my gosh, there's rumors of a great civilization, and it said, should we look? And you can say yes or no. Almost always you say yes, you'll get a ton of money. Like a few thousand coins. Yay, discovered the Pacific Ocean. But you'll really cheese off the natives. It's almost always guaranteed you'll find money, but cheese them off. Oops. Yeah, he already says we seek a life of religious freedom. That's great, but your religious freedom just means that you're making everyone your religion, isn't it? Oh, the Tupi. I like the Tupi. I say I like certain Indians, again, the Indians also have some of their own AIs. The Tupi are generally more, yeah, send your wagons trains to trade with us. They're more peaceful. There are definitely some warlike ones you want to stay away from because anything's going to cheese them off. The Iroquois are kind of 50-50. If you don't do anything aggressive, then they're fine. Nothing, like the small things won't set them off. But anyway, oops. Um, this game can go in so many different directions, and it really depends on how you play the game. Like, I'm really big into gathering tons of resources and money, and then having a couple really well fortified towns. Like I said, I'm not seriously playing. Otherwise, I would have about 5 or 6 towns by now. And I would definitely be doing something with that cotton. Cotton is very rare, and it's very good to have because the Indians love trading stuff you make out of cotton. Um, but yeah, if you do pick a new America game, then the map is set, so you know where all the Indians and the resources are. Most people like to play that one because they can generally do the same thing. But I like playing random maps because you never know what you're gonna get. Um, but yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this game. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm not gonna do an LP on it because most of the time I don't win. Even on the easiest setting, I find the end game very difficult because you have to have quite a bit of army even on easy to defend yourself against them, and then you have to have a lot of loyalty because you have to garner loyalty too. Because if you don't have enough loyalty, they won't bother. Like here, I can show you when it's my turn. You can look on the bottom right, the color keeps changing on whose turn it is. Let's see here. I don't need to know my score. Yeah, it's practically nil. Any advisor? Yeah, you can see who you talk to. It's kind of interesting. The Continental Congress. This shows you how many loyalty points you need to get the next Continental Congressman you pick. Peter Minuet is actually pretty good because, I don't know, I think I might have mentioned I was too close to Indian land. You can actually buy Indian land much cheaper with Peter Minuet. Remember, right? So yeah, you'll see that I only have 17% loyalty and 83% still loyal to the crown. And this is the Dutch force. They have 2 man-of-wars, which is incredibly powerful. Cannons, cavalry. This will build during the course of the game, so you have to keep an eye on that. Yeah. This is very useful later. You can see what the price is in London. Or, why did I say London? The Dutch. I never look at the screen because I never do religion. I never really found a point to it. Like, if you convert Indian settlements, they'll send people to work for you, so it's free labor. But I prefer just to make them really, really friendly with me by trading a lot, and they still send me people, so... Yeah, you can click on terrain, it'll tell you all about the terrain, which is really helpful. I actually own the strategy. I love this game so much. I actually bought the strategy guide for it, which is pretty interesting because a lot of strategy guides were not made back then. I also have this strategy guide for Star Trek: The Final Unity. So, yeah. So you can click this to see how Amsterdam's doing or however the home country is. You can buy more people. You can see if anyone wants to be recruited. Oh, wow, that's pretty good, Lumberjack. You can purchase specific oh, sorry, that's by ships. You can train specific people if you need them. I'm looking for something specific, I thought. Or am I just crazy? But yeah, if I try to declare independence, it says, yeah, only 17. I can't rebel yet. You can make trade routes, so if you want to trade with other people besides the home country, you can. This is a pretty in-depth game, actually, for its time. But I think it kind of got under... It was made around the same time as, like, the early Civilizations. I think it just kind of got thrown under all the other games because Civilization was becoming quite popular. Excuse me, got the hiccups. But, like I said, I highly recommend this game. Even, the funny thing is the graphics don't even bother me. I didn't mean to do that. Where the heck is... I think it was Vanilla that had the coats. Yeah, you can only have so much room, and if you actually run out of space, you just start throwing it into the ocean. It's kind of funny how that works. I'm gonna have him start getting some lumber. Yeah, so he's gonna start getting lumber. Like I said, if I was paying more attention, I'd be spilling these cities. I'm not going to. Yeah, this colonization of PDA or whatever it is, the call, yeah. It's very similar to the Civipedia from Civilization. But if you enjoy Civilization, I highly recommend this game. Keep an eye on at Good Old Games if you want to get it on sale. I've seen it on sale several times. I've even seen it go down to $1. So, definitely one of those games where graphics doesn't seem to hinder it at all. Um, activate. No, I don't want to activate the unit. I want to find my activate. There it is. Okay. So anyways, I guess that's kind of the end of my report here. Like I said, I still have several more videos, and I'm gonna try to upload a couple more before the end of the year for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and after the new year, I'm gonna pick that up and hopefully finish recording it. We'll see. I actually got stuck on a boss fight. What ended up happening is I got stuck on a boss fight and died several times. I got so mad. I threw the controller down on the couch, and the system went black. And which is funny because the system was nowhere near the controller, so I don't know if I jiggled something from the shock of the controller. I don't really know what it was, but I ended up cleaning it out and it works just fine. So I guess it was dust in the system or something, I don't know. But after that, I was just like, ah, I don't want to play. And actually, the funny thing is I have since beaten the new Mystery Dungeon game, the Super Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. Oh yeah, I guess I should talk about that too. I know a lot of people asked me, I might actually make comments that hadn't come out yet in my video, just ignore it. Because, like I said, I recorded them a little while ago. I ended up playing as Totodile, which wasn't my I did not anticipate to do that. I don't really have a reasoning behind it, it's just, he was really cute, and I decided that maybe I should play something that wasn't a grass type, and it ended up being really in my favor. It saved me a lot, having so many moves. Like, I had a dark move, an ice move, I had so many different moves, it was ridiculous. I've beaten the main storyline, but I'm still struggling with post-story. I find the game, I don't know about you guys if y'all have played it, I found the game insanely difficult compared to the rest of the series. Like, in fact, they must have known it was difficult, because there's even an option to save yourself. You know, and normally you had to have another player come save you, but I guess they must have known it was so hard, you just couldn't wait for other people to save you. And there was one dungeon I kept dying just from bad luck. It was ridiculous, like, people would critical me on Fury swipes and take my whole health out in one try. Like, 20 attack, 20 attack, 20 attack, 20 attack, you're dead. And I was like, come on! I had to risk myself almost all 5 times in one dungeon just from pure bad luck, and it just made me not want to play it. That was in post-story, and I want to finish it, but I got stuck with Happy Home Designer, which I know that sounds silly, but I actually enjoy that game. So I was playing a lot of that, and now I'm obsessed with Pokemon Picross. Like, I have put money into the game. Well, it was free, and I was expecting to pay $30 for it anyway, so I actually paid less for the game than I originally anticipated, but I'm a huge fan of Picross, or nonograms, I think they're also called, or paint by numbers. They have a lot of names, but I've been doing those types of puzzles for at least 15 years. I got introduced to them when I was in middle school, so I'm very good at them. And it's funny because originally I was insulted at the fact that I was like, how dare they expect me to use abilities for Pokemon? They must think I'm dumb. But now I enjoy using them just to speed up the puzzles a little sometimes. Like, when I get stuck, I'm like, oh, fine, just do scatter reveal or something. But I know a lot of people were mad that it was free to start as the way they worded it. But to be fair, every other Picross game that ever was officially licensed by Nintendo was like sold for $30 or $40. So and there's actually, this is the first time I've ever seen this, there's actually a max limit on how much they want you to spend on the game, because once you spend so much money, you get, like, the stuff you need to continue in the game are like called Pictites, I think. And after you buy so many from the shop, they just start giving them to you for free. They just like, okay, we don't want any more of your money, which I know existed in the corporate world. I assumed at some point they'd always want money, but it won't actually let me buy more than the max. Not that I tried, but I actually noticed that the list of stuff I could buy was getting shorter and shorter because it doesn't want me to go over the max. I thought that was really interesting. But alright, now I really am just rambling. Blah, blah, blah. So I guess I really will end it here on the fact that I ran out of space for lumber, and I will guess happy holidays to everybody out there from me, Helper, and Byron and my hamster Elsa, and I hope that everything goes well for everybody. And um, yep, happy holidays. Bye, everybody.